Hello everyone, this is Justin Joseph from Project COE, and today I'll be telling you why the Xbox 360 and PC shooter BioShock won our 2007 Game of the Year award. So BioShock features a nameless protagonist who's on a plane that crashes into the Atlantic Ocean in the 1960s, eventually making it so that you enter the underwater city of Rapture. So upon arrival, a man named Atlas does everything he can to help you along the way, and he's even polite by preceding all of his requests with the phrase, "Would you kindly?" But about halfway through, you run into some twisted plot turns and truly unexpected happenings. And in terms of some specifics, BioShock at its core is a first-person shooter, as I sort of alluded to at the beginning. You're pretty much running around with a gun in your hand and you shoot these mutated citizens of Rapture called splicers, in addition to dealing out additional pain or just messing around with the enemies in general with your plasmids. And plasmids are special powers that you gain early on in the game, which allow you to channel special abilities through your left hand. The first thing you get is a lightning bolt, which, is pretty self-explanatory. But you also net abilities like telekinesis, pyrokinesis, and other mind-altering powers, just a whole bunch of them that just really makes this game even more fun, given that it's usually just a shooter in terms of genre. And it's all a blast to use because of the impressive balance and sheer variety. You really can play this game 2 or 3 times and still want to go back to it just because of how fun it is. And along with that, so many things make this game even more attractive to pretty much anybody that appreciates next-gen presentations. The morally gripping story is very much there because you have to decide whether or not you are going to rescue or end the life of some young girls called Little Sisters, while at the same time doing battle with their guardians who are called Big Daddies. They're pretty much these big hulking dudes in diving suits that come with a pretty intimidating massive drill or a rivet gun and even some nasty explosives. Another great thing is the plot, and the reason why we feel that way is because you, as the nameless protagonist, are the story. Because pretty much everything that happens in the game is due to what you decide as your action. It doesn't necessarily change anything drastically, but it's always cool to be the center of attention in a game like this. And along with that is the atmosphere. It's truly jaw-dropping. The high-definition visuals and production values make BioShock one of the most realistic-looking and in-your-face game ever created. It really can never be praised enough. You have to see this firsthand to really gain an appreciation for what 2K Boston and Ken Levin did with this project. And then the music and audio, they're absolutely phenomenal. The game features exquisite sound effects with your weapons, walking around and landing your blows, whether it's, with your wrench or with your guns or with your plasmids. There's incredible dialogue that is usually fresh with every line that you hear uttered, with the splicers and with your conversations with Atlas and whatnot. Well, I mean, he's the only one that actually talks, but, you get the idea. And then the music, it definitely suits the spine-chilling environment and, ongoing action every time. It's just, you can never say enough good things about this game. And, for the first playthrough, it'll take you about 15 to 20 hours, which is, more than sufficient for a game of such epic nature, which BioShock certainly is. And when it comes to replaying the game, once or twice, you can look around maybe 10 or less hours, depending on, what you actually want to go after and what you want to do during the campaign. The game doesn't have any multiplayer, but it didn't really need it just because of how personal the game feels in terms of really drawing you into the plot and making you feel like you really are a part of the game. That it wasn't necessary, and we're glad that the developers decided to not go with that. So, with that in mind, you can call this a short review all you want, but really there's nothing that we could say about BioShock that no one else hasn't. It's just an awesome game all around, and that's why Mike Pelletier from our Project COE staff gave this game a 9.8 out of 10, which results in one of our coveted elite medals. And again, BioShock won the Project COE 2007 Game of the Year, which is an incredible accomplishment, and we definitely give props to the developers for making every effort to just make this one of the best games ever created, even though a lot of people kind of rap on it for being the spiritual successor to System Shock, but it doesn't matter. It's an awesome game. So if you would like more information about this awesome Xbox 360 and PC shooter, please view Mike's review on our website. And you can look forward to my review for Lost Odyssey, possibly later in this week or next week. But hopefully you enjoyed this review, and as always, thank you for your time, and hopefully you enjoy the game if you play it, and if you haven't, get it.